Hello, hello. High Tide Imbibe. Have a special one for review tonight. This one I did review on my friend Nick's Maxwell Stars VA101 a couple weeks back, but going to do official review for the channel as well. Who knows? Maybe my opinions changed on a little bit. What we have here is Fisticuffs from Boxing Rock here in Nova Scotia. And this is their Imperial Stout version of the Fisticuffs, aged in rum barrels. Fisticuffs is their special line. I think they do a different one pretty much every year, as far as I can tell. Like, I've had a couple different ones from them. Last year's one was a Bière de Garde that I did do. And then a couple years back, they had a barley wine. I think they might have did the barley wine a couple times, if I seem to recall correctly. There's probably one or two in there that I missed. And, that sounds like wow. I'm gonna stop that. I realized I didn't have my mic going. Like, I didn't have that. I fucked this up totally. I didn't have that muted and just coming through headphones. So you were probably getting like a echo there or something. I apologize for that. Didn't think that through. So just again, in case you missed all of that, Fisticuffs from Boxing Rock, Imperial Stout, rum barrel aged, and I think they say here 9 months in rum barrels. They don't tell you what rum, of course. I'm assuming probably something local. There are local rums that are made around here. I assume maybe that's where they're getting them from. That would seem more likely. 10% alcohol by volume. And as I was saying, they've done this line for quite a while now. And let's just get the cork out of here. Hopefully it shouldn't explode on me. There we go. Beautiful. 350 milliliter bottle. So I like that. That's a good, is it 350 or 355, something like that? 355. So honestly, good size for a 10% Imperial Stout. But yeah, as I was saying, they've done a couple different one of these. Like I said, I had the Bière de Garde. I've had their barley wine. I probably missed a couple in between, but c'est la vie. So let's pour this out. Look at that. Certainly looks the part. Very nice. So pretty solid black right through. Can't really see much light coming through there or anything like that. Very tan head. Just pretty much just brown head, honestly. So let's go to the aroma. So as opposed to a bourbon barrel, which is generally what you're going to find with barrel-aged stouts, and a bourbon barrel's almost always going to give you some wood character, a little bit of vanilla, and if you're lucky, you'll get like some of those actual notes from the bourbon. You won't just get like booziness. You'll get like orchard fruits, or depending on whatever kind of, however they make the bourbon, the character of the bourbon. A lot of bourbons give you like kind of orchard fruit kind of notes, or you'll get dark fruits. But in general, it's more of like an orchard fruit and a rye and a like things like that will be coming out of like a bourbon barrel. Um, with this one, it's pretty much what I kind of expected from like a rum barrel. Uh, very like more on the prune date, dark fruit side of things. I'm getting like a little bit of a kind of a molasses date kind of mixture coming up in the nose here. Mm. And then with an imperial stout, of course, just typical kind of what you expect. A very nice chocolate coffee roast kind of thing coming up as well. Smells very nice. So it puts a little the rum barrel puts a little unique twist on the general typical character of one of these, right? Mm. Yeah. So like I did do this before, like I said earlier on my friend Nick's channel. When I was reviewing it that night, I wasn't getting the sort of the rum barrel character real quick, as opposed to tonight. I'm just getting it a little bit more heavy for whatever reason. And this is probably colder than it was when I was reviewing it in Nick's channel. But that kind of like dark fruit molasses kind of date prune kind of mixture kind of thing coming up, very pronounced this time around, whereas it was a little bit lighter uh, when I was doing it that night. Mm. All right, cheers. We're gonna go right to the taste. Mm. Damn. Um, so the big thing to get out of the way, and this is just kind of a thing that happens with stouts these days. It seems to me that the body of a stout really doesn't seem to be a thing people care about too much anymore. They just kind of drop off a little bit. Um, just a lot of thin stouts out there, and this is fairly thin for what it what you kind of expect. A bit thin, as my friend Paul would say. Um, but I like it. It's kind of like upper light body, approaching medium bodied. But the flavor is big. Um, the nose translates right to the flavor pretty much directly. Um, although I feel like I'm getting more of the just the malt from the actual beer up front as opposed to the barrel character. Um, the chocolate and the coffee is much heavier in the actual taste. Finishes with a good, decent coffee roast, not something um, super roasty, but fairly good. Um, not getting any like real alcohol astringency, not really getting any booziness at all for 10%. So that makes it a very dangerous beer. Like this is one of those imperial stouts that you can kind of drink really quick. Um, so, if you had like, if you were to be foolish enough to have like two or three of these, and then try to stand, and then you'd notice it, right? That kind of idea. So you gotta keep that in mind. It is definitely not. It's definitely not a beer that really punches you with its alcohol. Mm. But as it's starting to warm up in the glass, the rum barrel character is coming out a little bit more. It's rounding with the roastiness, the coffee, the chocolate, kind of a baker's chocolate, kind of a bitter baker's chocolate kind of thing going on there. It's very, very good. Very, very good. Um, do I prefer it to like a really amazing bourbon barrel? Um, Probably not. I think I don't know. I think the rum barrels, they definitely bring a unique little spin, but it's not something that's necessarily blowing my mind. Um, but I think it is a nice, unique little spin on it, all the same, um, and it works. This is a really solidly put together, tasty little imperial stout. I say little, it's 10%, but you know what I mean. Um, so Boxing Rock did really good here. I've definitely had like world beater imperial stouts, so um, I like style wise. I think this gets a little bit better than what you expect um, from like a really good solid imperial stout. So like I'm sitting in at like about an 8.5 for just style. I think it hits all the notes and then it does a little bit more. So that rum barrel kind of makes the difference there. That little bit of uniqueness from the rum barrel kind of sets it apart a little bit from if this was just your basic bitch bourbon barrel imperial stout. It would be sitting at like 7.5 or an 8, but 8.5 just because it's a little different, and that's always nice to see. And my own personal preference, I sit it an 8. I think it's a really good imperial stout. I really enjoy it, and it's just I gotta kind of like sit it below some of the like really great imperial stouts I've had from the past. It doesn't beat those, but it's not really like trying to be like one of those super amazing classics that just like everyone and their would step over their grandmother's corpse to get, kind of thing. It's not that kind of beer. It's just a really well-made imperial stout with a bit of a twist is what's going on here. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. So 8.5 for style, 8 for personal preference. The Boxing Rock Fisticuffs, their rum barrel aged imperial stout, 10%, aged in barrels for 9 months. It's a winner. You can get it at NSLCs. I don't know who. I assume if you went to Boxing Rock, you can get it as well. But this was in like the Christmas gift section of my NSLC. It wasn't sold in like a fancy package with bottles, which they've done in previous years. It was just sitting by itself on the shelf. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. They didn't go the fancy package route this time out. But it doesn't matter. It's still really good. Honestly, this might be my favorite of the Fisticuff series so far. It's really well done. Really, really well done. So good job, Boxing Rock. And thanks for watching. And I'm sure I'll be back sometime this month with some more beer reviews at some point. We'll see. But until then, be good, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.